think the secret of happiness can be attained, but if I tell you it wouldn't be a secret.
Eat lots of cake. Makes you happy.
That will not make you happy.
Makes you happy.
No, afterwards it will not make you happy when you're at massive stomachache.
The secret to attaining happiness is freedom. Live your life every day free.
Do what you want to do, because what you want makes you happy. Yeah.
Be content with whatever you have, whether it be a lot or a little. You learn how to accept your lot in life. It's really self-acceptance.
Love life, I guess. Just don't be sad.
It's realizing that you enjoy being happy and that you want to be happy and strive to find out what happiness is about and how to achieve it.
To fill the voids in life is to realize there are none. You can just be happy.
If you go out and you have 5 drinks and they're all different, and then you come home and you have 2 more different drinks, and then you go and listen to some music which is really old and drug-induced, and you turn all the lights off and it's 4 AM in the morning, that will give you a glimpse as to what the finest type of happiness can be like.
Happiness, that's what life is about, being happy. And people ask, what's the secret of happiness? If you ask anybody, which would you rather be? Ask all your friends, which would you rather be, happy or filthy rich? Yeah? Everybody will tell you happy. What's the use of being rich if you're miserable? I'm a miserable rich man. So everybody knows that you can be rich and miserable. You can be a billionaire and miserable. You can be well-to-do and miserable. You can be well-to-do and happy. You can be poor and miserable. You can be poor and happy. So what is the secret of happiness? What makes us happy? This is the secret of happiness. Now, get rid of a misconception. I'm not going to make you happy. Nobody can make you happy. Nobody can make you happy. I'm going to teach you what you got to do, and you got to work at it. Not long, 10 minutes a day. You got to work at it. And if you work at it for 30 days, for 60 days, then you'll be happy. It's like bodybuilding, If you think you're going to build your body one time using your stretch it one time, no muscles, it doesn't work that way. You do it for a year's time, you're going to be bigger muscles. The same thing goes with happiness. I'm going to teach you the secrets. So now you've got to use it. And it's hard to use, just like a bodybuilding machine. It's hard to use, but you use it 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, you're going to be happy. So this is the secret of happiness. So we're standing on the 70th floor of the Empire State Building. 70th floor. A fellow opens the window and he's going to jump. Would you try to stop him? Or a young lady opens the window and she's going to jump. Would you try to stop her? Of course, people have a sense, you've got to try to stop him. So they turn to you, they're 6 feet tall, 7 feet tall, they weigh 500 pounds, and they say, you try to stop me, you come with me. I come with you? All right. Please, my pleasure. Anybody you want to give regards to, So the fella or the young lady turns to you and says, listen, I see you're a reasonable chap or a reasonable young lady. You know what? I'll give you 15 minutes. Dissuade me. Persuade me not to jump. But first, if you want to persuade me, you got to know my motivation. Why do I want to jump? So you got to hear my sorrows. You got to hear what I've gone through, my ordeals in life. Are you willing to listen? You say, sure. Biggest mistake you ever made. This fella, this young lady gives you 10 hours of misery. You're crying your eyes out. You're ready to jump with them. Yeah. Finally, after 10 hours of this terrible, tragic ordeals they went through, they say, well, now you know how much I've suffered. I don't want to suffer anymore. Now, what are you going to say? So I'll tell you what to say. This is the idea. You say to them, tell me, if you were born blind, would you be more miserable or less miserable? More miserable. Never see faces, never. I don't know what people are doing. I'd be more miserable. So you'd certainly jump. Of course I'd jump. So you're leaning out the window to jump, and there's a miracle. You can see, for the first time in your life, you see sunshine, you see trees, you see birds, you see flowers, you see faces, human faces. You see the face of your brothers, your sisters, your friends. You see people, yeah? Now, would you jump just now? No. Why not? I said, fantastic, I can see. Well, what about all this misery you were telling me about? All these terrible, tragic... The heck with them, I can see. So what? You see, you'll be euphoric a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then you start remembering your tragedies and your ordeals and your misery, yeah? By the 6th week, you jump. So you see, the secret of happiness is one thing. Don't get used to seeing. If you can get used to seeing, guaranteed you can get used to being a millionaire. If you can get used to seeing, guaranteed you can get used to being president of the United States.
If I knew the secret to happiness, I'd be a millionaire, I think.
That's got to be being true to yourself, really. Because if you're not true to yourself, then you don't know what would make you happy.
The thing is to put everything that's not important on the side and try to focus on the good things.
Well, I think $1 million would do the job.
Don't get used to your pleasures. Now, how do you work that? So now a tradition, every morning you get up, you say, whew, thank God I'm alive. You got to pay attention. Life is gorgeous. Everybody knows it, but we don't pay attention. You have a beautiful day, oh, enjoy it. Say, thank God. And you don't have to thank, he doesn't need your thank, but thank God I have eyes. Thank God my digestive system works. Thank God I can move my hands. Thank God I can stand. Thank God I can hear. Thank God for my children. Thank God for the pleasures you had, for your blessings that you have. Now I'll show you how it works. You got a relative that likes to complain? Everybody has one. Let's call her Aunt Sally. You know, you're coming to Aunt Sally and you're going to have 2 hours of misery. She's going to share with you her lumbago and the doctor that doesn't give a hang and the fact that if you know that you're going to suffer for 2 hours, you come next time, you come to Aunt Sally saying, Sally, from now on, you want me to share your, I came to share your sorrows, but before you share your sorrows, share the wealth. What do you mean? Share your pleasures. You've had some pleasures? Let me hear your pleasures. I haven't had any pleasure. If you're not going to share, I'm going to leave. Oh, she's desperate. She says, what pleasures did I have? You had a cup of coffee? Oh, yeah, I had a cup of coffee. Now I can complain? No, no, no. Drink the cup of coffee. Close your eyes, Aunt Sally. Smell the coffee. Taste it. Was it warm? Was it sweet? And go through that whole experience. She does it for you because she wants to complain. Yeah. And after that, she says, I can complain. No, no, 4 more, 5 pleasures you had today. She goes through 5 pleasures. You know her complaints will be a heck of a lot less. So for your living, you're married, make up with your wife. And when you come home, the first thing isn't the horrible things that happened to her day, which you're going to counter with the horrible things that you had in the office. Yeah, it's not the way to start an evening. You say, look, honey, when I come home, give me 3 pleasures you had today. And I'll give you 3 pleasures I had today. That's the way we start. Now, you can't repeat the pleasures that you had. You can't. That cup of coffee is only good for 1 day. So now all day long you're going to have to think. You can't report the same cup of coffee. You say, what pleasures did I have today? I mean, you know, you got a contract. You got to deliver pleasure. And she's going to be thinking that, you know. So you're focused on the pleasures that you have. You see, the secret of happiness is take pleasure in the pleasures that come your way and appreciate them and don't get used to them. That's the secret of happiness. Now, if you share it 10 weeks, 5 people a week, then you know what's going to happen. You're going to learn how to do it. And you'll be a happy person. And people will love you. And you'll love people. You'll have energy. And you'll be able to accomplish an awful lot in this miserable world.